But wait, we need to talk about the sponsor of this video, which is TokyoTreat and Sakuraco. Both TokyoTreat and Sakuraco are both Japanese snack subscription boxes, and with TokyoTreat, you can look forward to each box containing a variety of full-size, fun, and exclusive Japanese snacks that are only available in Japan. Sakuraco, meanwhile, is a Japanese artisan snack box, which means they support local Japanese snack makers. So each box contains 20 traditional, authentic, and artisan Japanese snacks, including teas and tableware. And this month, TokyoTreat is inviting you to get a taste of the nightlife of Japan with its theme, Sakura Night Snack Fest. Which means you can look forward to snacks like the matcha latte Kit Kats, Sakura matcha wafers, Sakura Castella cake, Sakura sandwich cookies, sweet and sour gummies, Twilight truffle chips, and much more. And the theme for Sakuraco is Moonlit Sakura, another warm welcome into the nighttime cherry blossoms. In this box, you can look forward to snacks like the Sakura dorayaki, Sakura chocolate cookie, Sakura cream cookie, Sakura medellini, and Sakura shrimp senbei. And of course, this all pairs well with the tea for this month, the Sakura hibiscus tea. And the tableware item for this month is the Sakura wagashi plate. And of course, if you want to learn more about the snacks you'll be receiving or check out any allergen information, check out the booklets that come with each box. They always have really fun things you can read about Japan or even your favorite anime characters. Like, look right there, there's Itadori and Doflamingo. Look at him right there. So if you think this all sounds delicious and you'd like to get a box for yourself or for someone you love, check out the link in my description and use code Mugiwara to receive $5 off your first TokyoTreat or Sakuraco box. A very special thank you to TokyoTreat and Sakuraco for sponsoring this video, and an equally special thank you to you for watching this video. And with that, we are back to the show. Well, golly gee, folks, who could have seen that coming? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the latest One Piece big news. And recently in the story, so many things have been happening, okay? I'm really liking what's going on in Elbaf, all right? Loki is finally freed from the tree, which, if you don't remember, the way that they freed him from the tree was funny and chaotic and honestly scary. They free him, but the way that they freed him is they see this guy who's bleeding out because Shamrock stabbed him 3 times with his Cerberus dog sword, right? So Loki's already at death's door, and then Zoro's dumbass just runs up and kicks him as hard as he can. I don't know why he did that, but they then immediately just let him go. Like, they kicked him, and then they were like, all right, looks like he's actually dying. Better unhook him. But like I said, Loki is free now, and he is threatening everyone that if they don't undo the last shackle, he's just gonna kill them all. Specifically, he says if you want to save Elbaf, you'll undo the last chain. Which, I mean, we might as well get this out of the way. Loki's not a bad person, okay? He's just not. And Hydrogen is panicking because he knows how dangerous Loki is, okay? And he doesn't know how they're gonna stop him. Luffy's just ready to punch Loki in the face, knock his ass out. But what's funny is Zoro is the one that kind of grabs Luffy and he's like, hey, go easy on him, all right? Or his wounds will get worse. Like, you're the one who made his wounds worse not 3 seconds ago. Like, you're the reason he's bleeding out even faster, Zoro. And it's so funny that now he's like, all right, but take it easy on him now, all right? I just kicked the shit out of him, all right? There's no way he's got that much left in the tank. And surprisingly, Zoro calls it. Zoro's like, hey, don't get suckered in. Don't try to fight him all out. He can barely stand. Because immediately, Loki does just pass out. Like, Luffy jumps up and is about to punch Loki right in the face, and that's when Loki's like, all right, yeah, I can't. I don't want to fight this crackhead right now. So I like that because it kind of validates the Loki trickster type thing that people were saying, not nearly to the degree that people have been gassing it up, like you can't trust anything Loki says. Like, I don't think it's anywhere near that. But like, just the fact that he did try to trick them right now, I was like, all right, I see you, all right, okay, cool. But now Loki is just laying on the ground because, you know, Shamrock pretty much almost ended his life when he stabbed him with his sword, and then Zoro just came out of nowhere and kicked him, so he is actually at death's door for real. And so now Luffy's like, hey, can somebody help him? Like, I don't want him to die. Specifically, Luffy says that he wants to save him because he still has business with Loki. This actually makes me so curious because Luffy was gonna free Loki. Why though? What did he say to Luffy to make him do that? Is it seriously just half a grilled cheese sandwich, or did Loki promise him something else? Because we heard that Loki said that if he frees him, he will destroy any pirate crew that you want. But like, I don't think Luffy would ever go for that. You know what I mean? I don't think Luffy would ever free somebody with the express purpose of, I'm gonna need to call in this favor one day and I'm gonna want a whole pirate crew erased. If he wanted somebody out of the game, if he wanted someone put on a shirt, Luffy would just get out there and put his ass on a shirt. Like, I don't see Luffy Luffy doing this just so he can get rid of somebody, which means that Loki would have had to promise him something else. And I'm so eager to figure out what that is. So, but yeah, Luffy asks Hydrogen and everybody, hey, can you help him out? His wounds are pretty bad and I don't want him to die. And then that's when Luffy also looks at his horns and he's like, wow, just get these horns. That's ancient giant blood, baby. And we get a flashback panel that is really interesting because it shows Loki bullying Hydrogen. Like, Hydrogen is on the ground bleeding and crying, and Loki's like, I can't believe this tiny weakling is supposed to be my big brother. You're just a bastard. You're not our father's legitimate son, which, honest, I don't know why that hurt a lot reading. I don't know why, but that got me. I was like, damn, Loki, you a bitch. Oh, and then the next panel, like, hear that, Hydrogen, your mother had filthy blood in her veins. Like, what is this arc about to be about? Like, are we touching into some racism like on Fishman Island? Is that what this is going to be about? Because little Loki seems like an asshole. But we also get lines from Hydrogen, and he explains that he'll never forgive him for what he did. He insulted my mother and killed my father. And Loki's on the ground still bullying Hydrogen, like, go ahead and do it, you little bitch. Like, what the fuck? But while Loki is lying on the ground bullying him, he also takes a second to insult Hydrogen's intelligence. Like, instead of indulging in personal drama, why don't you look around? Okay, everybody thinks that I killed our father. Do you really think that I did, you stupid bastard? And this is the last interaction that we get from these two, and I love that because it's pretty much what everybody who's been reading has been saying. I think at this point, the surprise would have been if Loki was like, yeah, I did it and I'd do it again if I had the chance. Like, I really feel like everyone in the world was thinking that there was something going on with Loki and his backstory. Like, something like this, he didn't actually kill his dad. And to be honest, I wasn't completely sold on it. Like, it still could have been possible that Loki did kill his father and he could still turn out to be a good guy. I think the biggest swerve ever would have been if everything they're saying about Loki is true and he's just actually a bad person. I think that would have been a real swerve that I wouldn't have seen coming. But this right here is just, all right, cool. Let's get this over with. Like, I saw this panel and I was like, all right, sweet. Finally. But the other thing that's happening right now is that the Holy Knights are here, okay? Shamrock has effed off to go do God knows what. But Gunko's still here, and she has called Saint Somers, and there's this weird dragon seahorse looking dude. This guy's devil fruit power lets him manifest things from people's dreams and nightmares. That is entirely too overpowered. Like, that is so OP, it's ridiculous. I mean, what's gonna happen when he meets Usopp? He could create an army. And Saint Somers has the thorn fruit, which lets him manifest thorns around the children as they're walking towards the Holy Knights. So this whole thing that they're doing, they're trying to kidnap the kids, and they're using their devil fruit powers in tandem to help make that happen. And when we're introduced to these people, we get to see the dynamic of the Holy Knights. And to be honest, they seem pretty entertaining. It sucks to know that these would have been the people involved in God Valley. And so these are awful people. I'm curious to know if they were brainwashed or if they're just actually awful people. I don't know what's going on yet, but I think that Saint Somers, he seems pretty entertaining. I'm pretty sure, wasn't he like on the toilet or something when Gunko summoned him? Or he was on the couch watching TV? Like, either way, that's funny, okay? He was just chilling at the crib, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, we need you to help us kidnap these giant babies. The dragon guy looks cool, and I really appreciate that when Oda is introducing these characters, he's not making them be just blatantly evil. Like, they are for sure, and it's, I mean, they're literally kidnapping children, so they are evil. But the thing is, like, sometimes in a manga or in an anime, like, you'll get introduced to, like, characters that are definitely evil, and they'll just show up and, like, kick a dog. Didn't Boa Hancock do that, actually? I know that in JoJo's, like, pretty much that's all Araki does, is, like, I need you to understand this is a bad person, so I'm gonna have them hurt a dog. It's so shameless. It's so, I hate, that is probably the thing that I hate most about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's actually definitely the thing that I hate most about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Like, there are other ways, Araki. There are certainly other ways, for God's sake. But like that, Oda's not doing that here. These guys are just chilling, and they're like, what do we got to do? Oh, it's just another day in the office. Got to kidnap these giant babies. Now, I was saying how I appreciate that these guys aren't just, like, blatantly evil, but the last panel in this chapter for them is them basically saying, you know, it's okay that the children that we're kidnapping are walking into a fire, because if they die, we can just send more. So what I was saying before that, I take that back, because they are doing the thing. Yeah, okay. I guess they just didn't kick a dog. I guess they are actually blatantly evil, and Oda did use this introduction to communicate that to us. So, you know, whatever, forget what I said before, I guess. But that is where we are in the story right now. And I, for one, cannot wait for Loki to be a big crybaby. Like, I'm talking, I want a help me Luffy moment, like Nami and Arlong Park. Whatever is happening, I need him to just be a big old crybaby, all right? I hope him and Kobe can both be pink-haired crybabies together. Because if we're gonna do this, I don't want Loki to just be not like that bad of a person. No, I want him to full on be just a big old crybaby. I want him to almost be a gag character with how much he's crying and how much he's begging Luffy to help him, all right? That is what I need from this story going forward, because also, he wanted to marry Lola. If he's not a bad person, then perhaps nothing about that was sinister. What if he was literally just in love with Lola and Lola was like, no, because everybody tells me that you're a bad person. So, yeah. Like, really wrap your heads around how sad that is for a second. Like, Loki genuinely thought that he found the love of his life and fell in love, perhaps even at first sight, because everybody thinks that he's a monster that killed King Harold. Everybody was like, hey, girl, you might not want to do that, all right? I know, I get it. Look at him. I understand. But he murdered his father, and he's just all around a bad guy. So maybe you'll dodge a bullet if you ghost that guy. And the whole time, he probably was just like, damn, what's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I need that type of insecurity from Loki. I want him crying in the street. I need him crying outside of someone's window like Sanji in Whole Cake Island. That's just what I'm looking forward to. That and, of course, our girl Vivi coming back home. But let me know what you guys are looking forward to the most. Elbaf is heating up, and I am just very, 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 very excited to hear Loki's side of the story. I don't know if Oda's going to give that to us right away, but whenever he does give it to us, I'm ready to hear Loki out. That's about it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being interested, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.